Introduction, Understanding Covenant Wealth. Pastor David Ibiyeomie introduces a foundational truth. Poverty is not a sign of spirituality, and prosperity is God's will for his children. However, wealth in the kingdom of God is not acquired by chance or mere hard work. It is accessed by operating covenant principles, with divine precision and unwavering faith. The silver is mine and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. Haggai 2:8. The believer must rise from worldly dependence to covenant alignment, recognizing that God is the custodian of all wealth and that he has laid out clear, non-negotiable principles for accessing and sustaining it. Was God the only source of true wealth? Emphasis: wealth comes from God, not from your career, qualifications, or connections. Wealth without God's hand leads to sorrow, corruption, or eventual loss. Pastor Ibiyeomie drives home the truth that man is only a steward, not the source. Recognizing God as source ensures humility, gratitude, and proper alignment. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. Without God, wealth becomes a trap. With God, wealth fulfills purpose. Teku Covenant, the divine framework for prosperity. Emphasis: prosperity is not promised on prayer alone. It is activated by covenant. A covenant is an agreement between God and man with clearly defined terms. God's commitment to bless is conditional on man's commitment to obey. No one prospers in God's kingdom by emotion or chance, but by revelation and action. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. Psalm 89:34. Key point: obedience to God's instructions is the proof of faith and the gateway to wealth. 3. Tithing, the covenant connector. Emphasis: tithing is not optional, it is covenant law. Tithing honors God and provokes open heavens. Tithers walk in divine protection, supernatural ideas, and favor. Non-tithers shut themselves out of the blessing system and invite devourers. Bring ye all the tithes, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord, if I will not open you the windows of heaven. Malachi 3:10-12. Warning: tithing is not generosity, it is obedience. Tithers don't beg to prosper. 4. Offerings and sacrificial giving, keys to multiplication. Emphasis: offerings provoke divine response. Sacrifice unlocks divine abundance. Offerings show love, honor, and gratitude to God. Sacrificial giving attracts supernatural increase, just like Abraham, Solomon, and the widow of Zarephath. Giving must be done cheerfully, willingly, and with expectation. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shall men give into your bosom. Luke 6:38. Insight: if it doesn't cost you, it may not move God. If it touches your heart, it touches heaven. 5. First fruit, honoring God with your first. Emphasis: the first sanctifies the rest. The first fruit offering is the first increase of the year or new source. It acknowledges God's ownership and invites divine overflowing blessings. It's a key to abundance, not a tradition, but a principle of trust and honor. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits, so shall thy barns be filled with plenty. Proverbs 3:9-10. 6. The seed time and harvest, God's economic system. Emphasis: God responds to seeds, not needs. The world operates on salary. The kingdom operates on seed. Your seed determines your harvest. No sowing, no reaping. Sowing must be consistent, intentional, and faith-driven. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest shall not cease. Genesis 8:22. Key rule: you can't reap what you don't sow, and you can't sow sparingly and expect to reap abundantly. 7. Diligence, a non-negotiable requirement. Emphasis: prosperity is not for the lazy. God blesses the work of your hands, not your wishes. Hard work, skill, discipline, and excellence are necessary channels. Laziness delays destiny, diligence accelerates it. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. Proverbs 22:29. Note: spirituality is not an excuse for mediocrity. Your skill is your currency in the marketplace. 8. Financial wisdom, managing wealth God's way. Emphasis: wisdom preserves what favor brings. Wealth must be managed with vision, structure, and discipline. Save, invest, avoid wasteful living, and plan for the future. Many are poor not because of lack of money, but due to lack of management. Through wisdom is a house built, and by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with precious riches. Proverbs 24:3-4. 9. Contentment, guarding against greed. Emphasis: greed kills destiny. Contentment sustains joy. Be content with what you have while pressing for more. Do not chase riches at the expense of righteousness. Contentment reflects trust in God's process and timing. Godliness with contentment is great gain. 1 Timothy 6:6. Danger: greed opens the door to manipulation, crime, and compromise. Giving to the poor and the gospel, God's heartbeat. Emphasis: wealth is for kingdom impact, not selfish luxury. Giving to the poor is lending to God, and God repays. Sponsoring the gospel multiplies your harvest and grants eternal rewards. Wealth without purpose is vanity. He that giveth to the poor shall not lack. Proverbs 28:27. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things shall be added. Matthew 6:33. How to walk in covenant wealth, step by step. Make God your source and trust in Him absolutely. Pay your tithe faithfully and consistently. Give generous offerings and practice sacrificial giving. Honor God with your first fruits. Sow seeds with expectation and thanksgiving. Engage your skills and work diligently. Exercise discipline in saving, planning, and investing. Stay content, grateful, and free from greed. Give to the poor and support the work of God. Remain humble, obedient, and kingdom-focused. Power quotes from the book. Tithing is the covenant insurance over your finances. When your hand opens to give, heaven opens to supply. Kingdom wealth is not for status, it is for service. You cannot be greedy and godly at the same time. Financial dominion is not by luck, it is by light. Final word: God desires you to prosper. Principles of Covenant Wealth is a compelling and powerful roadmap to enjoying true, sustainable, and divine prosperity. Pastor David Ibiyeomie makes it abundantly clear: you do not need to manipulate, beg, or struggle to prosper. If you will align with the covenant, you will walk in abundance, not someday, but now. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health. John 2. Like and subscribe for more insightful and faith-lifting book summary. Also, do well to get a copy of this book.